Hello, and welcome to Dungeons and Dragon Claws. I mean Hexen. How you doing? No Dragon Claws to be found in this game. Would have been nice to have a Chingun equivalent, I'll tell you what. Go pew 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 all the night longs. Anyway, the dungeon. A little birdie has told me if you're able to destroy enough corpses, basically all of them, you'll gain access to a dark servant somewhere. I have not managed that because I probably missed someone, since I'm not trying to play Where's Waldo in a game full of switch hunts. Plus, if it's just for a Dark Servant, I mean, that's just a nice bonus. So, probably if someone to make an achievement that does exactly that, where you get the Dark Servant for this level, it'd be like, alright, that's cool. You should probably do that. If you haven't, I think. That's right, exploding past the battles. This dungeon is dark. Maybe use a damn torch where I can see clearly. Now all the pain is gone. Batman can see clearly now that all the pain is gone. And my Diablo character can see now that all the Deckard Cain is gone. It is I, Steam Deckard Cain. Stay a while and listen to my Steam sales. Flash deals at any time. Yes. What is the goal of the dungeon, you think? Well, we're going to end up somewhere, I'll tell you that. And this level is the only level in the entirety of the game, I think, where you have to push a button multiple times in order to do the thing. My god. It has to do this area also. It makes it doubly annoying because there's a bunch of, well, slaughters in there every time you push the button. I'm like, oh, come on. Haven't I suffered enough? How dare I make myself suffer in a game that people may or may not like? Ah! Actually, to get like a kind of, to get some kind of bearing on how to play this a little bit, I do watch, was it Dwarves sometimes? Well, he did some stuff on Heretic, and I figured he did some stuff on Hexen. I'm like, ah, so that's how it plays out. Not that I followed it all the way, because well, he's playing a source port, so that's not a bad thing. He actually does a lot of videos describing source ports too, so it's not like he doesn't know what he's talking about in that regard. But no, it's just, he only played as one class. I notice most people who have done LPs on Hexen have only played as one class. So I could be the first 3-class player. I don't actually know. Well, in terms of video recording, not in terms of actually doing it, which I'm sure people may have done. You know, Blockbuster used to be a great thing until it became a pseudonym for rent something temporarily. What happened to you, Blockbuster? Same thing happened to Sears. They forgot there was a thing called the internet. Then we just do in reverse with Amazon and Whole Foods. I'm like, what? My grandma would not believe what has happened to Google and Amazon if she was still around. Because, you know, she was around when Amazon was starting, and it was just a bookstore. And she liked books, of course. So she's like, oh, look, I can order books online. I'm like, yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Grandma. Meanwhile, my siblings are all about that instant messenger. I'm all like, instant messenger? Dude, I can download games on the internet. Who cares? So, you know, they'd spend their computer time talking to other people across the world. I'd spend my time being like, this is a game machine like no other. Well, it was just... To be fair, I think it was just Windows 95. So it wasn't that crazy. But I still liked it, so you shush. How else could I enjoy the Microsoft Puzzle Collection? Sure says a lot about me when I prefer games over socializing with other people when I had plenty of opportunities to do so. Different times for different minds. Desecrating all the corpses, no longer bobbing in the seas. Did you know you could... Yeah, that's not a dead end. You open that wall up. Yep. That's kind of cryptic that you need to do that. I figured that out on my own, though. I didn't need help for that one. I just figured, you put me at dead end, maybe I can use the wall? Ah, sure, why not? It does happen sometimes. Or I accidentally do the right thing. And you know, think otherwise. It'd be like, are you sure that's the right way? Yup. And be like, oh, I thought I just did that on accident. Nice. Imagine what it's like to play a 320-200 game on a humongous 2K monitor. Imagine what that's like. Because it is pixely like no man has ever known. Oh boy. Okay, if you push that switch, it opens the two sides back and forth. I don't know if there's a reason to be back here, though. You could just ignore this place. Never mind this place. It is silly. Let us not go there. Some may call this place Tim, as Tim blows up the countryside with vast amounts of pyrotechnics. I gotta say, pyrotechnics, a pyrotechnician is already a cool job, but I mean, calling it pyrotechnics makes it sound 1,000 times cooler than it already is, and it's already pretty damn cool. Does it need to be oversold like that? Sure. And then that side opens, and then you don't really need to go back there, I guess. Sure. Hey, there's some cave area. That makes me... oh, there's probably some stalkers around, maybe. Or some shit. This is still the dungeon? Okay. This is the part of the dungeon that's attached to a cave. Actually, that did happen. We do have dungeons on this planet where, like, you know, the worst criminals were thrown into the cave. Or just sucked a lot. I don't think we do that anymore due to... not maintenance costs, but just convenience. It's just like, man, I don't want to look after this cave. I make a jail cell. I make it for the monies. Dum bum bum ba dum bum. Blue mana, and two heads in face. You say the green mana's here today. Megamore is not a cavern I'm going to explore just yet. You'll have to wait until Metroid Prime. The first one of a trilogy, possibly quadrilogy. If we get off our asses and actually just make a game, it's okay, Nintendo. You can just make more Metroids like you can make more Super Mario Brothers. I don't care anymore. I know, Nintendo, you're trying to be innovative, but I think it's actually hurting you. See Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is an interesting game, but, you know, if Tears of the Kingdom is going to be like Breath of the Wild, I don't think I care. It could be set in the same universe, mind you, but... I really got soured on the... like, I like Hyrule Warriors, but the Hyrule Warriors sequel they made based on Breath of the Wild sucks. It's not that I don't like the mythos, or the fact that you can do similar things in Breath of the Wild. The problem is that, well... a lot of Switch games lag, which, okay, because some of the third-party ports, that's understandable. But when it's a major, like, game that's, like, very, very Nintendo, and it's lagging like fucking shit, I want nothing to do with it. And I was able to prove that by playing a demo, and then I asked around to see if the demo was just like the real thing, and they're like, yeah. I'm just like, ah, shit. Which is too bad. Because the Hyrule Warriors stuff was giving a bit more focus to how Dynasty Warriors was just the same story told over and over again.
Plus, you know, how many games have a beat-em-up where you just take on the entire world? It's basically what I call a Lord of the Rings beat-em-up. You know what I mean? Just take everyone... let's just take everyone from New Zealand and move them over there!
Alright. You ever read about the story of the New Zealand farm with the exploding pants? It's not really an explosion. It's more like they just burst into flames. Which I guess is in some degree an explosion. At least more than just dumping thermite on something, I guess.
Why do I know this? Good question. I don't know how I learned about the New Zealand exploding pants story either.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I guess yeah, I guess I remember whimsical stories that were on the internet. Yay ago.
Some yay highs. Alright, something weird is happening in this level. I didn't notice at the time, but for some reason, the respawning is on the fritz on this specific level, and the Ettins keeps respawning where the centaurs used to be. Like, a lot. And very fast. So just ignore them. They don't mean anything. It's just weird that that happened, and it's like the only time that happens. I don't know if that's intentional. Maybe I should just go check the wiki and find out.
I mean, they're nothing but Ettins, but the amount of Ettins made me think there was something important to find. And there's not. They're just all over the dumb fucking place for no reason. Wait,
Kill that guy first. I'm gonna save here, though. And that's why. Let me just save here real quick. Hey. Okay, now I'm gonna save. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, Gaming Wolf, why are you saving in front of a bottomless pit? Ah, the joke's on you. You only think it's a bottomless pit. It is actually a ruse!